Hello, my name is Paul Spurlin. Welcome to the Paul Spurlin Show, Beyond the Mic. This is a podcast all about, just about anything and everything in ministry. All kinds of ministry, from church to family, marriage, raising kids, walking the walk, and much, much more. We will share the latest news, sports, current events, and what's trending and what's not. This is a show to share what all's going on in the Brotherhood, from lectureships, camps, conferences, and all other events. We're all about the search for life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. We seek to find truth, justice, and the way to Him. To keep up with what's going on with the Paul Spurlin Show, please follow us on social media, all platforms, at The Paul Spurlin, and on the website, thepaulspurlin.com. Send us an email at thepaulspurlin@gmail.com. We hope you enjoy this episode, and now, let's start the show. Welcome to the Paul Spurlin Show. Thank you for being with us today. Apologize for not being with you last week as we were out of town on a trip, and we will talk more about that in just a little bit. Okay. Looking to see, make sure we're good. A lot of cool things have happened over the past week, and so we are excited about that. A lot of things happening. Hope you had a good Sunday yesterday. Hopefully your Sunday was as glorious and wonderful as ours was. Had a great time here at Piedmont Road Church of Christ. Happy always to be back with our good family here in Marietta, Georgia. If you live in the area, come by and see us. Be a part of our worship, our fellowship, our family here at Piedmont Road. That being said, I know the intro did it, but I want to say it again. Thanks to our sponsors, Piedmont Road Church of Christ at lifeinchrist.com. Go there and check out all the resources available there for Bible study helps and all kinds of things going on around here. Also, if you will, remember Ministry League at ministryleague.com. On social media at Ministry League is everywhere. That's where you can find all the podcasts. So many podcasts Ministry League offers in addition to this one. So please check those out. Also, we're also on Spotify. That's where you'll find this show and those shows. If you have a question, send me an email, thepaulspurlin@gmail.com. Would love for you to send me something. Let me know you're listening. Let me know that you care. And if you have questions or anything about anything in life and ministry, please send to me and we will share that with our folks. If it's a topic you'd like for us to discuss, let's do that, because we're all about wanting to share things that'll help people in ministry and life, all kinds of things. This show really covers all kinds of stuff going on around the Brotherhood and things like that. So please help us in getting all that information out. Hello, my name is Paul Spurlin. Welcome to the Paul Spurlin Show. Well, I knew that happened. I hit the wrong button. So that being said, I got to talk to you a little bit about our trip a little bit. I want to recap our trip last week. Stephanie and I went to CYC to help promote Ministry League. Caleb Sampson and his good wife, Kristen, and their kids were there. We promoted Ministry League. Of course, also it was great to be side by side with Heritage Christian. Always good to be with them there in that location. And so we set up all the, Caleb and them, they set up all the podcasting stuff, and we got to help be a part of that. There were some recordings, and over the next few weeks, you'll get to see those interviews that we have with different people and different ministries and stuff like that, meet some new people. So hopefully you will be ready for that opportunity when we share it. A couple of weeks ago, I did, and I'm sharing this with you because we shared this at CYC, and before I do that, let me say this. Big thanks to Larry and Matt and Josh and everybody that puts together Challenge Youth Conference. I have this written down later in the show, but I only want to say this now. It is really neat to know, kind of like Exposure Youth Camp, Ministry League, but it's really neat to know you can go to other events. There are other events out there where you can go and you know the truth is going to be preached. You're around brethren, you're around people who love Jesus, people who follow the Bible the way the Bible is taught, and you never have to worry. You don't have to worry about stuff. once you find an event like that, you hold on to it. And so I appreciate those guys for their strength and their desire to keep everything middle of the road, the way it needs to be, according to the Bible. And so I really thank them for that. But about a month ago, no, that's not true. We ordered them for exposure and they didn't make it, which is fine. We ordered these stickers for this show. And I did that because for two reasons. One, honestly, at CYC, kids walk up and they'll take any sticker and they'll put it anywhere. So that's one thing. That's good for publicity. And it's sharing your name and what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. But also, I ordered these stickers. I didn't realize they'd be blanket size. These are like the size of my head almost. I mean, they're huge. They can keep you warm at night. They fly. It can be a coaster. You can put you can put your water on it. It's a nice little thing. Stephanie said I should get coasters and put this on there to have a coaster. I mean, that just makes sense. I didn't really want to give away these because I thought, who in the world wants a huge head-sized sticker? But bless their hearts, we put these things out and folks picked them up. And it's funny, I saw them on the back of some people. That's fine. Whatever it takes to bring people to the website. We'll bring people to the resources we have to offer at the Ministry League and the Paul Spurlin Show. So thank you for that. But what's great in this is we got people-size stickers. So it's like thank you for this. Jay Hall in Searcy, Arkansas, has a great organization that makes the best stickers and the best merch of all time. Please reach out to him. If you need his information, let me know. He made these stickers human size form. So you can put a sticker on here. It doesn't cover your entire car or it doesn't cover your entire iPad. so huge. And this, which is cool. I mean, it's neat. Paul Spurlin, he's got a website, headphones. See? Okay. So anyway, that's my plug for stickers. I love them. We have all kinds. We also shared some important information at CYC, and also the announcement was made here at Piedmont Road last Sunday night, and that is that Georgia School of Preaching is going through a change. It is no longer called that. It is now called Citadel Bible Institute. It's a school for anybody who wants to preach, teach, or learn the Bible. And we offer Bible certificates, and I look forward to that. Incredible list of teachers that'll be a part of that, and a cool fast-track day school. We'll be having a 2-year program. So a lot of really neat things happening here. Really excited about our eldership. Really excited about, myself, Jake, and Chuck, Chuck Scarborough, who's our director of Citadel Bible Institute, CBI. And so a lot of neat things coming down the pike. Short courses already set up, some really neat opportunities. Youth and Family Ministry Summits, weekend to learn more about demons and angels. We already did one on eschatology. And so many cool stuff that we're doing. I appreciate Chuck and his hard work and making that possible, and our elders for overseeing such a neat opportunity. So more stuff on this, let me know. You can go to lifeinchrist.com, find out more information. Everything's there for that. Okay. All right. So back on the CYC trip. So Stephanie and I went, got a cabin, hung out, spent some time at CYC, promoted Ministry League and some other things. And so we're really excited about that. Had a good time. It's really neat when you go to things like that because it's kind of like a big family reunion, a Jesus Christ family reunion. All the family of God is together, and you get to see people. And sometimes you don't see them once a year, sometimes 2 or 3 times a year, but you really enjoy the time together. And so that's where we are on that. Sunday, yesterday, today's Monday, so yesterday, Sunday, yes. Worship yesterday morning. Had a chance to lead singing. Our group knows how to sing. It was awesome. It was great. Jake had a great lesson, and it was just a neat time of worship yesterday morning. Last night, we started back to our navigation nights. If you wonder what that is, shoot me an email at thepaulspurlin@gmail.com. I'll share it all with you. But basically, navigation nights, we don't meet in the auditorium on Sunday nights for 6 months of the year. You go 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. We do have the corporate worship 3 months out of the year. And then the other 3 months, we get together in the fellowship hall, basically do the same thing, but we do different stuff. So last night we learned a new song. It may not be new to you. It's not new to folks that go to Exposure Youth Camp or Challenge Youth Conference or maybe some other things, but we sang All To Us. And to our congregation, to a lot of folks, it was new, but it's not anymore. We learned it last night. Chuck gave a neat lesson on the theology part of the song. I really gave some meaning. It was really neat. And of course, it had invitation and supper for those who needed it, and just a good time to be together. The room was packed, I will admit. It was full in that fellowship hall, but it was really neat, really cool. And I appreciate everybody for being a part of that, and look forward to future weeks for that as well. Let's talk about the calendar. I want to get some graphic stuff to come across, talk about calendar stuff. I don't have it yet, but we'll just say it's calendar time. So as far as calendar time goes, something really cool is going on right now. If you're not there, you need to go there. You need to register for that. You need to go to it or make plans for it for next year. And that is the Revival Youth Ministers Retreat. The Great Marriage Church of Christ has been hosting that. I'm going to say close to 30 years. It's pretty awesome. It's great every year. Always a great list of speakers, a great time for youth ministers to get together, to relax, let their hair down, and learn and see what everybody else is doing and how we can be more effective in that part of ministry. And so it was really, and that's right now. So if you're in that area, the Columbia, Tennessee area, go over there and give JD a call. JD Schwartz, I'm sure he'd love to talk to you about how that goes. I think it's the first week of March every year. So go holler at him for that. Again, if you need more information, you should just email thepaulberlin@gmail.com. Let's continue in the calendar. Tell you kind of some stuff that's coming up, some places that you might get to see us on doing different things. Let's see. March the 14th is a Friday in Flowtown. That is short for Florence, Alabama. The Alumni Days at Heritage Christian University is that Friday, Alumni Days. And then the next day is a leadership conference right there as well. So two-day event, sort of, two different things, but two things going on there on the 14th and 15th of March. Then the Lord's Day is the 16th. That night, you head on over to Freed-Hardeman University for the kickoff of the, which is going to be really exciting, the lectureship at Freed-Hardeman University in the new auditorium. And of course, Chick-fil-A is right next door. And so a lot of really neat, cool stuff going on. Had a good chance to talk with Brother David Shannon last week at CYC, and they're just so excited about all the cool things that are going on there at Freed. I know they are. Of course, we helped them with Rush at Freed at the end of September. If you are a youth group, a youth minister, a parent, anybody who loves kids, teenagers, give me a holler, and I can give you some information on how that event goes. That's the last weekend of September on campus at Freed-Hardeman University, but that's not this. This is the lectureship. Looking forward to that. I'll be able to be a part of the youth summit, which this year is in the theater across the street right there on campus. Looking forward to that. I'll be speaking on helping families minister, or helping folks minister to families who have children on the spectrum of special needs children. So we'll be doing that as well. So I got a cool story that occurred this weekend that I'll be sharing at that too, and I'll wait and share that after that. But anyway, really neat stuff on that. Let's continue with the calendar. This spring is crazy. Things are going on. Rolling into April. Let's go with seems like something's happening like the first something else. Okay, so April the 17th to the 19th is the Lads Leaders Convention. Not all of the conventions are Easter weekend, but I think about 7 or 8 of them are. And so a lot of folks in the continental United States having Lads Leaders conventions. And so that is Easter weekend, 17 through 19. So if you're going, you're already planning for it. You're planning to be there. You've already registered. Looking forward to that. That'll be great. The weekend after that is Ministry League Experience right here at Piedmont Road. A potpourri of speakers talking about different things from financial well-being, setting up your church or your family, but also connection ministry, how to connect, how to equip, and how to go. We got a long list of folks that'll be here to speak and some really neat stuff on that. And we'll share that for a future show when we get closer to that. That is the calendar. So what that means is now it's time for some news. So in the news, big shocker, if you turned your television on yesterday or listened to any kind of ads anywhere, you saw on the internet, social media or whatever, is that last night was the Oscars. It was 3 hours and 40 minutes of Hollywood showing who Hollywood is. It is what it is. I don't have a lot of commentary on that. I did go through it. I really felt like that one particular movie would destroy and just take it all, and they did not. It was very, very interesting. In fact, you have Cynthia and Ariana, of course, did their Wicked songs at the very beginning, and it was good. I got to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm a fan of The Wizard of Oz, of what it is. I'm a fan of the book and the movie. We actually went to the Theater here in Atlanta to watch the Broadway show. We also had a chance to see it in another place, and then we saw the movie. Of course, we saw the movie, and so in the movie, this is half the story. So the other half happens this Christmas. It's coming at Christmas here in 25, and I liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. People think that there's some wicked things, beyond things going on with that. It's songs. I don't understand why people have a problem with Harry Potter and when they'll watch Mary Poppins. That doesn't make any sense. There's no consistency there. And so I don't know. I don't get it. But it is what it is. So yeah, whatever. So when watching this, I thought that Wicked would just destroy everything, because let's just face it, the song score for Wicked, I felt like was incredible. The movie itself was incredible. Me and Stephanie went to see it and liked it a lot. We don't worship movies. I mean, so don't get too much into it. We enjoy watching it. Storyline. Bringing someone in that is an outcast or seems to be an outcast and making them in the middle and a part of things. Inclusion. I love it. It was great. It was a great story. So, but some people didn't. There was a movie called Anora. I hope I'm not plugging something totally terrible, and I'm not plugging it at all. I don't know what it is, but they got best stinking everything. They got every horror possible. There's a lot of things that Hollywood puts out there that's complete garbage. Most of it is. Let's face it. The world's over all that stuff, but not everything is bad. Don't think that. But it is what it is. But I just want to share that the Oscars, it was so long, it's so boring. Conan O'Brien, he's okay. I mean, his jokes are dry, but I mean, he can be funny occasionally. It was cool. They did pay their respects to the fire department folks that brought them on stage and thanked them for all their work in California, which they should. Their tireless efforts and putting themselves in harm's way to help people who are hurting and lost homes and things like that. So you got to appreciate that. Anytime a firefighter is honored, I'm all in. So that was good. I enjoyed part of it. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not here to tell you who won what from what you won. I was really disappointed because Wicked got one, maybe two awards. I really felt like it'd be more than that, but it is what. So that's that. Also, the NFL Combine has been going on as part of our news, our sports. A lot of guys showing what they can do. I saw running backs the other day treating them like wide receivers, going out for passes and and cutting and figuring that out. And there are some really neat names out there to really showing what they can do and get ready for the combine in April. So that's exciting. The Braves are playing. I watched the Nationals and the Braves play last week. I didn't recognize any names, but I did see some names of some people in certain categories of positions that we need. Obviously, with Travis d'Arnaud going on to the Angels, we need another catcher. And so there was a Drake Baldwin who ripped a double when he went up to bat. When I got to see him hit and play catcher. Really, really good. A lot of young talent the Braves have to offer. You know, we're an Atlanta congregation, so I'm talking about the Braves. That's the way it's going to go here. They're playing the regulars. You know, Ronnie Acuna is getting some swings. He's hitting. He's not running in the outfield very much. In gameplay, I know he's working out. And of course, Strider is on task to hopefully, when camp breaks at the end of March, we'll be close to following the team back to Atlanta. So he'll probably do a rehab assignment in Gwinnett, but then after that, he'll hopefully be close to being back in town with the team. So all that's going on, and that's what we have in the news. And now, speaking of that team and stuff, I want to get into sort of our topic of the day. And go with me here. Oh, by the way, let me do a little shout out here, if you don't mind, if you'll indulge me. My shout out is the fact that my beautiful wife is starting a job today. She's still with the Piedmont Company. Piedmont's big over here. Obviously, I work at Piedmont Road Church of Christ, different situation, but it's kind of funny that both my wife and I work for Piedmont. But anyway, she worked in an operating room for, I guess, about a year and a half. And now she's moved over to clinical work, cardiology. And so she started that today. So big shout out to her. She's not watching this because she's working. It's her first day. So if you shoot her a text, shoot her a Facebook message, let her know you're thinking about her. I really appreciate it. And pretty excited about that. But speaking of my wife, we have an interesting back and forth on stuff. Okay. So back and forth on stuff is how you choose your team. You know, I am, and I'm going to roll this out here. I hope I don't lose listeners when I say this. It's because this is Paul. Okay. I was born in Tennessee, the state of Tennessee. Most of my young life growing up in the state of Alabama. So many weird connections here. So my dad is one of 5 children. He was the oldest, so I would like to think the wisest. They wouldn't think that because of a choice he made. My entire family, they rooted for a team sort of near the Montgomery-ish area. That's a big fan. Our family, my side of the family, almost all are Auburn fans. I have a distant cousin, president of the school. He started the Christian Student Center in Auburn. You know, that's what it is, whatever. So, and that's actually pretty cool. But my dad decided he wanted to follow Paul Bear Bryant. He's a winner. He wanted to go with him, and so he did. So my dad was the only one who pulled for Alabama in that whole house. From my papa to my mom to my aunt to all 3 of Daddy's brothers, they're all Auburn fans. All their kids and all my cousins. It is what it is. I still love them. I'm sure we'll all still go to heaven. But anyway, so he said, I'm going to pull for Alabama. So he's my dad. I loved him. He's my hero. And he's my favorite preacher. And so, yeah, of course, I'm going to pull for Alabama. That is why I'm an Alabama fan. It is what it is. And, of course, we lived most of our life in Alabama. But I was born in Tennessee. So because I was born in Tennessee and I'm an Alabama fan, when the Titans started playing in Memphis, I thought, I've never had a really team. My dad was a big Cowboys fan. I'm like, okay, whatever. Emmitt Smith is good. Troy Aikman, I get it. You know, Julius, I mean, you get different things going on with different people. And so the Cowboys are Cowboys, I guess. But when the Titans came to Tennessee, I thought, oh, finally, a team in my state that I was born in that I can pull for, that, you know, is a pro team. I'll just put it that way. And so I moved out to Nashville. I thought, okay, that's fine. That's wonderful. I got to go to a few games. It was neat. And so I pulled from them. and then I want them to do well. I've pulled for them from the beginning of their existence. I just have. But I also get into fantasy sports, that kind of thing. So I pick certain teams, certain players, Bama players, things like that. Go Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles, you know why. So there's all that. But Stephanie, her way of choosing a team is based on the cuteness of the mascot. Sorry, it just is. So she decides that she wants to be a Gonzaga Bulldogs fan, as she would say, go Zags. And of course, I'm thinking, if you want to go Bulldogs, I mean, down the street, I'm okay with that. All kinds of enjoy do that. But I'd rather pull a team that's on the complete other side of the country. And I'm like, why do you do that? I mean, because, we live here in Atlanta. I love the Falcons. That I haven't had to spend much time in them Titan, that being a game. You know what I'm saying? So I have no trouble pulling for the Falcons, because I want them to want our hometown to do well. I'm a hometown guy. I pull for the Titans because I was born there. I was born in Tennessee. So I pull for the Titans. But I'm here in Atlanta. Now I want the Falcons to do well. It's okay. But she pulls for a team that's in the state of Washington. And I'm like, what's happening right now? So I don't know. It is one of the things, and you just can't pick a team based on the cuteness of a mascot. I just don't get it. I don't understand. But she's my wife. I love her. And I'm like, okay, babe, whatever you got. But I say that to say this. There's a lot of people in the world that find different ways in which they want to choose not just their team, but their church, or the way in which they want to worship. See, when it comes to NFL football, I'm not a huge NFL fan, but I'm aware of it. I know who plays. I know what positions they're in. I know what teams are in what towns. I mean, I'm pretty close to keeping up with a lot of things going on with that. With baseball, with football. Sorry, not so much basketball. I was a big Jordan fan back in the day, but now it's the Hawks. Let me tell you why. I live in Atlanta. I want the Hawks to do well. It is what it is. Hometown guy. That's what I want to try to be, right? So it is what it is. But some people have difficulty with that. And that's okay. I choose that. But what about when it comes to picking a church? Now, there's two ways you can look at this. If you live in a big town like Atlanta, or a place where there's a lot of congregations like Florence or Nashville or Birmingham, and there's other towns that have a lot of congregations. There are a lot. Cookville, if you've heard of Cookville, they tell you there's a lot of congregations. Well, some great folks there. Great folks there. By the way, shout out to Topher if you're listening. There you go. And Andy. So people have difficulty picking a church. There's two categories of this. One is finding the Lord's church, number one. Number two is finding the right congregation for you. Let's start with the church. The Bible gives us a list of things that tell us and talk to us about the fact that there is only one church. I'm not here to out other religious groups that love Jesus, but I am going to say, if you are attending a congregation that puts a man-made book written by a man side by side with the Bible, you're probably at the wrong place. Sorry. I think what God wants us to do, I think he kind of wants us to just follow the Bible. I think he inspired the Bible. We see the existence of God because we weren't created by nothing. We were created by something special. Everything that is created was created by something better than them or better than that. It's like the watch. There's so many. If you get an original, not like Apple Watch or like that, although those are cool. But the original watches that have, you have the dials and the little bands and the little, gold and silver things that turn and gears. Somebody better than that created that. Our highway system, our road system, big skyscrapers. Someone bigger than those things created those things. we as humans, as people, were created by someone and something greater than us. It has to be God. You can't just go through life thinking that there is no God. How can you think that? How can you think something became something from nothing? That doesn't make any sense. Logic and reason doesn't allow that to happen. Let's establish God exists. He created all things. He inspired the Bible, the Holy Spirit. And so there's a long list. I'm going to share some things with you. And if you want this, I can send this to you. Just give me an email. Is about there is one church. There's only one church. There's only one church. So the answer to the question, how many churches are there? Well, let's look at the Bible. So you look at Matthew chapter 16 and verse 18. How many churches are there? There's one. He said, upon this rock, I will build my church. And the gates of hell will not go against it. He said, upon this singular, this rock singular, I, Jesus alone, will build his church, and the gates of hell shall not go against it. One. How many churches is Jesus the head of? In Ephesians chapter 7, verse 33. First of all, read that whole passage. Husbands and wives, you'll love that. But it also talks about the power of Jesus and what he's done for you. You know, how many churches is Jesus going to save? Well, we find that in Ephesians 5 and verse 23. When you look at verse 24 and verse 25, you're going to find how many churches Jesus died for. Okay? He died for just one. He died for just one. How many churches did he purchase? You can look at Acts 20, verse 20. How many churches did God have at the beginning? You have Acts 2 and verse 47. In Ephesians 4, 5, and in Acts chapter 6 and verse 7, and really Acts 6, 7, I really looked at that, I love that. How many faiths do we find in the Bible? And I want to look at that real quick and share that with you. In Acts chapter 6, verse 7, and the word God continued to increase, and the number of the disciples multiplied greatly in Jerusalem, and a great many of the priests became obedient to the last two words, the faith. The faith. That's singular. I think that's important. How many gospels can we preach? Well, in Romans chapter 1 and verse 16, don't be ashamed of the gospel of Christ. It's the power of God, salvation. There's one. I mean, that's what he tells us. How many gospels can we preach? Romans chapter 1, verse 16. That's it. How many interpretations does God want? I mean, only one. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. I mean, hello. Let's go there and figure that out. In John 17, verse 21, how many groups of disciples does God want? He only wants one. Okay. And in 1 Corinthians 1, 9, how many fellowships does God, does the Bible authorize? Just one. How many brotherhoods do we find in the Bible? 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 17, just one. That's it, just one. So keep that in mind when you think about that. Another verse, a passage I want to share with you, and I like this a lot, and that's in Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2. In Isaiah 2 and verse 2, it shall come to pass the latter days, and the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established as the highest of the mountains, and shall be lifted up the hills. And all the nations, now watch this, all the nations shall flow to it. One, singular. That's it. So if you're choosing a church, let's pick the one the Bible talks about, the one the Bible reads about, the one the Bible gives us all the ones. It's so simple. It's so easy. Just read it, follow it, love it, make it yours. Be proud of it, just like you are your team, regardless of how cute your mascot might be. Now, that's the church. Now, picking congregations is find a place, find a church, meet an eldership, talk to them, be comfortable with them, allow them to shepherd you, to help you and your family, and stick there, stay there, be dedicated there, show commitment to that congregation, make it home. Because until you do, it's going to be difficult finding your place. Step in, do stuff, involved, ask around, and whatever we can do to help you, please let's do that. That is our stuff for today. That is the stuff we want to share with you for this show and everything. And we'll appreciate you for being here with us for this show. A lot of cool things going on, a lot of cool things coming up. Hopefully this is something that you will share with your friends and do that. If you'll hit that share button at the bottom, that will really help out. Folks know that we're here to share some news and notes, but also some ministry stuff, some stuff to help us in our life and to take us to the very end and living the life for Him. So one day we will be with Him. The guy that has stickers the size of Rhode Island and stickers that are human size. My name is Paul Swerlin. This has been the Paul Swerlin Show. Thank you for being with us. Thank you to Piedmont Road for being one of our sponsors, Minister League, for following us as well and helping us and being one of our sponsors as well. Please go there and check those things out. Check out all the other podcasts. A lot of things offered there at Minister League at ministerleague.com. Also follow them on social media. We want you to live life searching for the truth, to search for the truth, the way, and to the way to love Him. Thank you for being with me, and we hope you have a great day and a great week. God bless.